So, SCP-363-C3. Let me start to say that sentence again because I know I'm not tired because I didn't sleep enough, but goddamn. SCP-2-363-2-369 had some technical issues on my YouTube channel because apparently there was no audio. I don't know how that happened because I could have sworn I uploaded them with audio, or at least, you know, I know for the fact wherever I check where I have the whole part where I'm like, oh hey guys, this is about this author. I need to do that. I completely forgot. I need to do that as well. And I have a little bit of like chat with the Pro-Fros in chat. That's where usually I check where I mention the name, and then I switch over to the actual reading. And yeah, apparently right after I switched, something happened. I need to check my settings when I'm back in Switzerland because I'm going back very soon. And I need to check what the hell happened there with the settings because it's not supposed to do that. It's not supposed to do that, you know. So I'm just have to re-record all of them. And I'll see if I upload them all by today, like if I upload them all like in an hour interval, or if I upload like 3 today and then next week another 3. This is bothering me because it's not that. Cam, what you doing? What you doing, Cam? Come on now. Now it's not the time. Now it's really not. If I swear to Christ. Now it's really not the time. Come on. Focus. Focus. Thank you. Anyway. There we go. What was I? Yeah, because it's not just one. It's not just one SCP that we have to re-record. It's multiple. It's so many. That's why I'm just like, oh, why gotta do this? Now, granted, it won't last. It won't take as much time because I'm not chatting with anybody, and I know what the story is, so there's no like surprise. But still, it's still a little bit annoying. All right, Dr. Solo is the author of the SCP that we're gonna read in this video. Also, I was thinking about either having them all together or separate again. I'm gonna upload them separately because I did make the thumbnails and the titles and all that stuff. So yeah. So, Dr. Solo, they made the SCP that we're reading now, and the last one we read of theirs. By the way, Dr. Solo will be. Nope. I will not say that. That's not correct. Yes, but I do remember that Dr. Solo was the person that did a lot of the ones that ended with 6-3. So we had like 2-3-6-3, 2-4-6-3, 2-5-6-3. But the last one we had of Dr. Solo was 2-2-6-3. Yeah, that would make the most sense. Which, if I quickly check here, sorry if it's a little bit all over the place, guys. I've been. Yes, it was like the army of skeletons, and each skeleton has like a different effect on them, like it causes different stuff to happen. Yes. It was kind of like it was pure chaos, but I did enjoy that quite a lot. And I need to apologize because I have hay fever. There's a lot. There's just a lot. But hey, the room as in the ladies' room, and yeah, this one is. I'm giving you all a fucking heads up. It is messed up. Okay, it is very uncomfortable topic. It is an interesting SCP. But it is messed up. So if you're sensitive to anything that has to do with forceful pregnancies in a different way, but I'm just going to put it out there. Skip this video. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Area 63 has been established. Area 63, like 2363. I'm pretty sure I made the same joke during reading. Established to contain SCP-2363 and surrounded by a 4-meter tall barbed wire fence. The perimeter is to be patrolled and monitored by on-site armed personnel. Any damage to the fence is to be reported immediately. Dash A is not to be allowed within 5 meters of the perimeter fence. Deadly force may be used to maintain this distance. Dash A should be treated as hostile. If any instances of Dash B are observed within the perimeter of SCP-2363, they are to be removed immediately. Any civilian personnel found attempting to breach the perimeter fence are to be detained for questioning. No female personnel are to be assigned to Area 63. So I will now talk of this more as in like I remember what I was saying or what I was thinking during that time. I immediately was like aware like with the room form I was like okay, and no female personnel supposed to be get close. I was like okay, there's definitely something about pregnancy like that happens with the ladies, like something about like it just happens to them specifically. At first I was thinking of the SCP that had like the 7, was it 7 or 11, or just there was a distinct number of women that are pregnant. At first I was thinking of that one because I was like okay, that is also like a case of like women that are pregnant against their will. But that, yeah, we'll read. SCP-2363 refers to an area of roughly 1 square kilometer in south-central Wyoming. A small, dilapidated farmhouse stands at the approximate center of SCP-2363. Personnel who have spent extended periods of time within SCP-2363 report extreme fatigue, longer than 6 hours. Dash A is a humanoid entity that lives in the farmhouse and claims to be the owner of SCP-2363. Dash A is anatomically an elderly human male, with an apparent growth defect resulting in the absence of lips, leaving its teeth and gums exposed, which is already like fucking gross. That's disgusting. Dash A's eyes are severely cataracted, rendering it blind, although this appears to have a negligible effect on SCP-2363's ability to perceive its environment. If Dash A is removed from SCP-2363 and it's unable to return, it will immediately and continuously attempt to kill itself until it succeeds, resulting in biting out its own veins or repeatedly bashing its skull against a wall if necessary, which I remember I was like, what the hell is it trying to do at this moment? First of all, it's already like I'm not gonna mince my words. It's already a freak of nature. Just no lips, just the teeth. Like, at the end, you know, it's humanoid. So I was, at the beginning I was kind of like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be nice. But also at the same time when I see that it's trying to kill itself, I'm not sure if that came afterwards or this was before. I'm pretty sure it was before. I thought of the cult leader, like every time when they die, they get resurrected. So I was like, maybe this is in a similar vein. But I was like, then, by this point, I kind of added 2 plus 2 together. I was like, oh, is this why Dash A needs women around? Dash A has on several occasions attempted to kill Foundation personnel with its hand and teeth, but as of yet has not been successful. Good. Dash B designates the 11 women. Oh yeah, it was 11 in this one, but again, there is not an SCP that has like a certain set number of women that are pregnant. Ages 26 to 34, originally found within SCP-2363 when it was discovered in 1967. Each instance of Dash B was matched to a recent missing persons report from Wyoming, Colorado, or Utah. Dash B instances were extremely sedate and wandered SCP-2363 without direction. They also did not require food or water while within SCP-2363. 10 months after the discovery of SCP-2363, each of the 10 surviving instances of Dash B was removed from the area and quickly recovered from the sedation. All Dash B instances were unable to recall their time within SCP-2363 or how they arrived there, which I honestly gotta say, that whole aspect is already terrifying, right? The idea that you are in a place that you don't recall how you got there and you don't even like remember how much time you spent there. That alone, which is very common in the SCP universe, is like very underrated of how terrifying it actually is. The idea of having a gap in your memory is probably one of the most terrifying things, because memory is very precious to us. The idea of being able to remember a day, or at least okay, yesterday I did this, even if it's like very repetitive routine of a life, you still can be like, okay, Monday went to work, Tuesday went to work, and so on and so forth. But if you go like Thursday, I have no idea what happened on Thursday. Like I don't remember Thursday at all. That is for me personally a very terrifying feeling, because I feel like we count our days very preciously. You know, we consider our time on this earth precious. So having a day, even one day, cease to exist in our memory is probably a lot more devastating than we give it credit to. Removed instances have been found to be unable to conceive despite the absence of any apparent problems with their reproductive system. Each instance was administered Class D amnestics and was delivered to the authorities in several nearby towns, which, by the way, that sentence alone, that they were unable to conceive, I actually did not give this much props in the original reading. Because, like, the sentence, like, the things afterwards just made me completely forget about that. These instances should be monitored for further anomalous phenomena. If -A dies for any reason, one instance of -B will rapidly grow heavily pregnant and give birth to the tumorous mass, which will quickly grow into an adult -A. Footnote says here. Also I should probably get the bleep sound effect out in case we need it. This process occurs very quickly with an average duration of 28 seconds from death to complete regrowth, which is insanely fast. That is painfully fast. This birthing process appears to be very painful to -B, but it's not usually fatal. Usually. This process has been observed 15 times and has only resulted in death once. See log of incident 4 for further details, which is crazy that like they... Like at the end, like I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, the Foundation did not actually try to test it out, how like fast... Maybe once. Maybe once they killed him on purpose and was trying to see how fast it grows back and if it's like consistent like that. But I cannot imagine being a woman. Like, first of all, the whole point of pregnancy is that it's slow, right? Like, it's like it takes time. Your body, the woman's body gets accustomed to the changes. Even though the changes are extreme. Even the little changes are very extreme for them. So I cannot imagine like that quick. 28, barely half a minute of... That is terrifying. And like I said before, reading this made me just completely forget the whole idea of like, yeah, they cannot give birth anymore. Even though all the system, everything in the body is fine, it should work, but they just can't. Which makes me realize like, oh, so the moment you're in this vicinity as a woman, you are meant to only give birth to him, which is such a disgustingly controlling thing to do. At the end, I don't think -A is considered like malicious. No, I think I take it back. I'm pretty sure, because like a lot of them are missing people from like around the world. I'm pretty sure he did kidnap one or two, but like if he wasn't malicious, that would be like really interesting, like different tale or different aspect of him, right? Of this creature, because like you think like, oh, yeah, when he kills himself, that's like a way to like escape imprisonment and then go back home. Like he wants to be home. But the fact that it's called a womb farm is, and again, the people from not only from Wyoming but also from Utah and Idaho, did it say? Missing? Colorado, not Idaho. Missing, meaning either A, they happened to walk by this farm one day or drive by it, and then got stuck there, or B, this guy actually went around and just took some women home and was like, okay, I want to make sure that I have enough resources at home, which would be that. See, if that was the case, which I don't remember, it's been a while, but like let's keep on reading. Selected incident log for SCP-2363. So here we go. Incident A. -A is shot in the chest 4 times while attempting an attack on Foundation personnel constructing the perimeter fence. -A dies and an instance of -B gives birth to a new instance of -A who retreats into the farmhouse. Yeah, not really. Again, ladies, don't. I mentioned in the title of the original video. Do not go near this. Do not go near a random farmhouse. Incident 4. Research personnel attempt to remove -A from SCP-2363. -A kills itself while in transit to site. There we go. So, sorry about that. I'm actually gonna like do this, so there's no like echo effect. By smashing its head into the side of the transport vehicle until dead. An instance of Dash B grows pregnant and dies during the birth of a new instance of Dash A. Dash A returns to the farmhouse. Incident 9. All instances of Dash B are removed from the area and a research team is sent in an attempt an interview with Dash A. Dash A attacks the team and attempts to bite a security officer. Dash A is shot in the head by security officer Angela Jones and dies, which... in the moment I saw the name of the officer is Angela Jones, I was like, what? No. After 3 minutes, security officer Jones collapses and reports extreme abdominal pain. Shortly thereafter, an instance of Dash A erupts fully grown from her abdomen, killing her. And that's the only example of somebody dying from this. Marine team members retrieve from the area. No female personnel no longer to be assigned to Area 63. Fair enough, like, at the end, like... Listen, we, as the readers of SCPs, there is a small, very small, very tiny, misclick by the way, very tiny bit of dramatic irony. Very tiny bit of dramatic irony. Where we can, where we can say, hey, this was obvious, don't do that. But of course, in the heat of the moment, you probably, like a lot of the times, you just completely forget or completely ignore that little aspect. But in the moment I read Angela Jones, I was like, this is not gonna go well. You should not have had a female officer anywhere near this. But of course, again, it could have been that in this very moment they didn't know that a female officer or any female person getting close to this area would become affected by this. Incident 14. Second team is sent to interview Dash A. Dash A does not cooperate and attacks the team. Dash A is killed by a shot to head and no personnel sustains serious injury. The team leaves the area and no activity is reported for approximately 73 hours. An instance of Dash A is then observed to claw its way to the surface from beneath the ground. This is also another moment that I was like, what? Instance appears extremely agitated and rushes to the perimeter fence. Dash A is unable to scale the fence and retreats to the farmhouse after several hours. This spontaneous generation occurs after all subsequent instances of Dash A's death. Which, yeah, I was like, does he have dead women buried underground? And that's why, and he had like, he got, those women then gave birth, like it was like kind of like a backup. And then gave birth to him, and he had to like claw his way out of the ground. That's why it took him like 73 hours to come back. Incident 25. A third and final team is sent in and successfully managed to conduct an interview with Dash A. The team is invited into the farmhouse, where the interview takes place. The interview concludes when Dash A attacks members of the team. So this is, I take back with the whole like, was he malicious or not, because I completely forgot how often he attacks the team. Like, he's clearly aggressive. He's clearly aggressive. And unreliable to like work with. See below for a transcript of this interview, as in like for the Foundation's point of view. He's unreliable to like to attempt to cooperate with. No further personnel are to enter SCP-2363 at this time. So, interviewed Dash A. Interviewer, Senior Researcher Roberts. Interview conducted with SCP-2363 after 6 unsuccessful attempts. The reasons behind Dash A's sudden cooperation are currently not understood. Hello, Dash A. Tom do just fine, boy. Would you all like anything? Hey? No, thank you. We just need to ask you a few questions. Sure, boy. What do you want to know? Well, to start, what can you tell us about this land? What's there to tell? Tom just lives here. Ain't much else to say. How did you get here? Why, Tom was born here. And when was that? Dash A laughs to itself. Oh, quite a while now. Long before you all got here. Organization? Sure, but longer than that. Tom was talking. Actually, I should because he has no lips. Sure, but longer than that. Tom was talking more about your kind. You mean humans? Oh, them too, yes. But even longer than that. Tom's been on this land just probably longer than anyone can remember. He was here before the hairy folk died out and before the Black Horde themselves marched across the plains. Tom's been here before there even were plains. Can you tell me why you've been so hostile to our person in the past? Well, no, Tom doesn't dig the kind that there are trespassers coming under his land and digging his rooms and building fences all over the place. well, we determined, it's really hard to read like that, but it makes a lot of sense to character-wise. Well, we determined that this area and those women weren't containment and monitoring. Tom begs to differ. Tom wasn't hurting nobody, and he sincerely appreciated it if you gave him back what's his. I'm afraid we can't do that at this time. Well, that's a shame. Dasher remains quiet for several seconds and then launches at researcher Roberts and attempts to bite his neck. Dasher is forcibly removed by security personnel. Interview is concluded. End log. So here's the thing, like, when he says that what is mine, again, it is unclear if these are women that just happen to walk onto his land and then became part of Dash B's, or if he went around. I assume he went around and like just kidnapped some women and was like, now these are my women, this is my farm, this is my rules, my land. But yeah, it's also, he's like been around for quite some time. He's saying like he's been around before there were even planes, so like, yeah, he's existed for a while. And yeah, at the end, we don't know how his mind works in very dangerous but mysterious ways. So I would say stay away. Women, ladies, you don't want to stay anywhere near this Tom guy, okay? If you see a farmhouse and there's a guy walking around that area and there's like 11 women just mindlessly wandering around, yeah, don't. Stay 1 square kilometer away from that area and you should be fine. You should be fine, but yes, it's pretty messed up. I'm glad that the Foundation, and this is one of the cases where the Foundation was like, okay, the Dash B's, we kind of like got them out of the situation, even though they're all part of the above the anomaly. They kind of like treat them like humans, and it was like, okay, you guys are victims, which I do wish they treated other humanoid, well, not humanoid, but humans who are affected by anomalous effects more like that. It's like, oh, you're a human being who happens to be affected by this, we'll try out there. Which of course, I read enough now where they do that, and some of the humans do react very like no you don't, which is fair because at the end like months pass and like the Foundation keeps like doing the same routine, like, oh, let's sit down, let's ask you some couple of questions, let's have an interview, so it can come across as like they're not even trying. But I do like that there's a more incentive for the Foundation to be like, okay, listen, if they're human, let's try to figure actually out how to solve the issue and not just, you know, lock them up and keep them away for all eternity, because that's not gonna work. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to them, how it happened to them, and see if we can reverse it, because that also is part of like containing an anomaly, right? It's like if you can reverse the effect and the anomaly is then gone, not only have you protected the human being who's affected by the anomaly, but you also protected everybody else from the knowledge of the anomaly to begin with. So yeah, but this is one video by now. I hope, again, ladies, stay away. Stay away, stay away. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on going. Hopefully watch the next one, because I'm pretty sure the next one is also a pretty wild one. I actually have to double check. Let me double check real quick, guys, because I am very certain. Oh no, that's not it. There is a wild one though. There is one that people thought that it's the reason why all you got muted and apparently my channel is getting attacked by YouTubers. No, I just put it on private. That's way later down the line. But I am curious how YouTube will treat this one, especially with the title, because I'm not scared of the whole like naming a thing, you know. I don't do the whole like trying to like dance around the word, because at the end I'm like, YouTube, listen, it's just stupid. I get it for people who have to make money off YouTube. I understand, especially because like I support a lot of content creators who do a lot of good videos and good work, and they have to talk in a weird way to like so that YouTube doesn't fucking you know, I understand that, but I'm not one of those content creators, and I don't think I ever will be. I'm over here just reading SCP stuff and being silly and just sharing this work to more people, and yeah, just archiving it basically. The fact that I'm doing this, it's being archived. So at the end, I'm not going to talk around the bush. I will occasionally maybe use a different terminology for it, but I'm not going to like do the whole like, you know, for example, like Slewers style or like something like that. I'm like that. Just call what it is. Just call what it is. But yeah, sorry for going on this weird tangent. I'm like I'm really all over the place today. But hey, I'm gonna wish you all a good morning, afternoon, evening. Hopefully you'll watch the next one. It's weird to have an ending for one of these videos because I stopped doing that on Twitch for quite some time. But now that I actually have to record these individually again, yeah. But yeah, check out the next one that's gonna come out again, potentially in a couple hours or maybe later. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Let's keep an eye out. It should come out on Thursday though. If today should be Thursday, because it's the only time where I don't have scheduled videos, so I can post. I need to actually record some stuff for the subscriber special as well because I've reached 500. Awesome. I'm actually stoked that I reached 500. That's like one of the big boy numbers I wanted to reach. But yeah, it's just great to know. It's great to know. But hey, you all enjoy your day. I'm just gonna keep on reading now. But yeah, here we go.